Hey everyone, and welcome to another Q&A. So let's answer all the questions that from people that join. Make sure this is recording so that you can then watch it later inside the classroom of my free community Fitness for Musicians. We are also live on Instagram. And here's the first one. Welcome, Tomas. I will be answering your questions, and I will also be going through some content pieces I created in last week as a way to also provide value beyond the piece of content itself. So I'm already sharing the screen inside my free community so that you can see what I'm talking about. Welcome back. Be sure to join my free community. I'm streaming there and analyzing the last pieces of content from last week. So, my most recent one was Why Being Overweight Kills Your Music Performance. Of course, I have to use a clickbaity title to get your attention. What this essentially means, and most of us know this already, right? Being overweight has various health detriments, not only for musicians, but for musicians specifically, I wanted to highlight a few key ones that maybe will trigger you to take action and change that. So, starting with string players, basically, you have a very awkward position. Either you play the violin, viola, or even the cello or the double bass. And so, being overweight, meaning the weight is also distributed along your body, like maybe you have more on your belly, but it's not just only on your belly, it's also on your arms. Welcome, Rita. On your shoulders, on your legs. And so it's much harder to maintain the posture you need to play because you will have more weight on your structures, like around your muscles and bones. And so it's more fatiguing. Okay. Um, on wings, this is especially true for like belly fat, right? Because it tends to restrict movement around your belt, let's say that, like where your diaphragm sits, and all the muscles like your intercostals, your obliques, your rectus abdominis, all of those muscles are restricted if you have excess body fat, which translates into less breath support and less endurance overall. So you will struggle more for sure. Okay. Welcome, Theo. We are live on the free community as well, so be sure to join over there because I'm sharing the screen with insightful takeaways. Then I did kind of a reels making a parallel of like why so many musicians and artists in general prioritize their craft so much, like upgrading their instrument or their gear constantly and booking new master classes and always striving for improvements. But when it comes to their health and their own body, which is the tool that actually makes their instrument produce sound, they are so hesitant to invest, for example, in a fitness coaching program like mine, or in a gym membership, or in a nutritionist, or in a psychologist for mental health help. Okay, and so these are just a few examples of how you can also invest in your music career without buying anything specifically for your instrument craft, like a better instrument, gear, master classes, courses, etc. Okay, welcome, João. And so, just remind everyone that this is a Q&A session. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them. I'll also be waiting for people from the community to join. Then, coaches obsessing about perfect technique. Welcome, Carlton. This is uh, by far one of the biggest turndowns of our industry. I will say I was one of these coaches myself in the past, where I would like obsess with perfect form with all of my clients. Now I have a different approach. Of course, technique is important, but you don't learn it overnight. It's exactly like playing a musical instrument. The first time you grab a guitar, you won't be able to produce a pretty sound. It's almost impossible. And not the second time, not the third time, not the 10th time. Maybe like in a month or two, you can like do chords a little bit more of dexterity, if that word even means. Welcome everyone. And so you can also not expect to perform a movement with perfect technique on the first or second or third session. You will have to pave your way and get to a good technique that fits you and your goals, which will be different from the technique of other athletes. Maybe they're not musicians, even. Maybe they're more focused on strength or speed or power or agility. And you want to be the best you can at your instrument. Okay, so you, unless you're like a musician and also a power lifter or any kind of other athlete outside of the music realm, your goal is not to get super good at deadlifting or at doing pull-ups. That's just a consequence of you getting stronger with a better body composition, which is what we want for your craft as a musician. So we are not purposefully trying to induce progress in the fitness realm. It should come as a consequence of you just getting better overall. And so this technique obsession is less and less important if you're a musician, because that you need to save for your instrument in specific and for your instrument practice. And I'm sorry. So yeah, people on Instagram are still a bit shy. Feel free to leave your questions, not only about my content or my coaching service, but also the free community, my journey as a musician or as a trainer, as a bodybuilder, as a powerlifter, about my vegan background, like anything you want, really. This session is open, not only for questions, but also for us to know each other a bit well, either from my community members or you guys over there on Instagram. Just to remember, these sessions will start to be exclusively inside my free community. So if you're a musician and you're watching, be sure to head over to my bio, click the link over there, and join so that you can participate later um, on these sessions. Okay. Then I made a reels about a specific pain conductors usually have, which is in their shoulders, which makes sense because conductors are, like I mentioned in the last Q&A, always doing shoulder abduction. Okay. And so the deltoids are the muscles responsible for that movement. And so it's very natural that they become fatigued. Even for a trained individual to be like for 2 hours waving their arms, it will be demanding. Yeah. So what do you need to do? You need to practice in the weight room or at home in a way that's specific to their craft. Okay. And that's exactly what I do with my conductor's special challenge or workout, I should say, that you can find inside my classroom. Welcome, Pedro. Um, and so that's it. We are reviewing a bit of my content from last week, and then the 8-minute home workout for string players. I will now start giving some sneak peeks for you guys over on Instagram from my work inside the free community. And this 8-minute home workout for string players is one of them. So this is one of many workouts that I have inside my free community. It's a full body workout designed specifically for both string instrumentalists, and as so, it targets the whole body in a way that's specific for their practice. This is basically an incentive for people over there on Instagram to join my free community, because also some materials will become not available, as I'll be transitioning to a new offer at the beginning of next month, March. So like we are less than a week away from that. And we are also trying to get to 100 members until the end of the month. So if you're watching on Instagram and you're a musician, go and get inside the community. And this, I think it's already, yeah, it's the last one we have to review, which is basically kind of a funny reels, but highlighting the truth in a very accurate way. Musicians that don't work out are much more prone to injury, to feeling prematurely fatigued, to have less energy during their day, or to feel less motivated to complete that the tasks they have to complete, because physical exercise has several benefits beyond just the physical benefits of exercise. Namely, there are several mental health benefits that come with strength training, as well as some benefits shown in sleep. So you can sleep more time or the same time, but with more quality, more, I don't know the term in English, but profound sleep. Um, so those are even more reasons to exercising regularly as a musician. And as I just said, inside the community, I have free 8-minute workouts. So they're made thinking that not everyone works out. So they're suitable for beginners. You can do them at home. You don't need fancy gym equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to go to the gym literally to do the workouts. You just need your home, 8 minutes of your time. We now have follow along videos inside. So, for those of you that are watching inside the community, you already know it. So, you have all the tools you need for free to start working out and consequently start reaping the benefits from working out as a musician. Okay, so now we will see from Instagram if there's anyone else that wants to jump with a question. I've already reviewed the content from last week. Um, Actually, we can go on. This was a also very interesting reel that I did, basically highlighting that the most common objection I see from people when start working out, especially musicians, is that they not only that they don't have time, but they're also kind of overwhelmed, and training will be another thing that they have to devote time for. Um, on the other hand, I highlight the importance of physical exercise and how that can give you time back. Because if you are more efficient with your practice, you can do the same practice in a shorter amount of time. For example, if you are sick less often, you have more time to practice, to do your own stuff. You will decrease the chance of getting injured, of failing gigs, and all of this combined will feel like you have just bought your time back. Okay, hence the importance of physical exercise even for musicians with a super packed schedule. If you're still a student, then I have a tough truth for you. You're not busy, you're just disorganized. Okay? If you're like 40 years old and you have two kids and you play at an orchestra and you teach at two different schools, I get it. Like, you're the person I'm speaking to in the reels. Okay? And maybe we just have to redefine your priorities. And that's also something I help with in my coaching program. But if you're a music student and you have like some classes in the morning, you practice in the afternoon, and then like you gather with your friends at night, you have plenty of time. Okay. And for you, I just need to say start prioritizing physical exercise now before you regret it when it's too late. And then you will need an even bigger intervention. It's like having your car and only going to the car shop to fix it when it's already broke. When you should go there periodically, change like the oil or whatever is missing or deteriorating, so that you can then um, avoid a much bigger and costly intervention. Okay? And so, everyone, that's basically it. We have been here for 20 minutes. People have not been very active. I'm also experimenting with the schedules to see which ones may be the best or not. So I think we are going to end it here. Thanks for everyone that showed up. I hope you find it valuable. If you're not inside my free community, right there on Instagram, you know what to do. Go to the link in my bio to join. And if you are already inside the community, you can, of course, then view this inside the classroom. So see you guys next time.